talk or do you just want to...
Fuck it, go on then, List. What are you doing? How you doing?
Not too bad.
What are you doing? On camera, you can.
What's up?
What are you doing getting all weird in me fucking frame?
What are you doing? Just pointing camera?
You
at people?
literally instigated that.
You were pointing your camera at me.
Alright, I may have subliminalised you into it. Listen, what are you doing here today, Lister? You're for
I'm
this,
actually,
aren't you?
I'm just reporting on it.
You're reporting.
I don't know much about what's going on. I'm just doing.
You don't know much about the IPCC report.
Honestly, I'm not an expert in these things. Basically, all I agree with is that
It's virtuous.
We need a citizens' assembly to bring everybody together.
Have you read the Sea Bill?
Hold on, listen, and
Yeah,
then
it's about citizens' assembly.
and then take the power out of the government's hands and solve the problem of climate change ourselves.
Right. And what evidence have you seen or observed that would lead you to believe that man-made climate change is the causing factor of anything?
So if you look at the levels of CO2, they've
Right.
risen. They've almost doubled in the past, like, I don't know.
Since Industrial
few decades.
Revolution.
Like, I don't know the exact figures. Like I say, I'm not an expert in this, but they have.
So
they are at the
You're here to
highest
send
levels.
signals then, aren't you?
Signals?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Like
Signals?
virtuous smoke signals.
What are you talking about?
Because you're going to be like, I believe in
there's
this.
loads. Do you want to speak to these scientists?
I've
Maybe-
tried,
Do
didn't
they
I?
not want to talk
Of course
to
they
you?
fucking don't.
Why not?
What?
Why not?
Because we're condescending tone, mate, probably.
What have you tried? Have you? Have
Yeah,
you
of
asked
course
them?
yeah, of course I have.
So maybe don't be condescending.
I can't help it.
I mean,
I'm honest.
but they're experts.
Are they?
They're scientists.
To be an expert in anything, in any sort of field, it means it's very, very, very narrow expert. When you say someone's an expert, in order for them to be an expert, it's a very, very, very narrow thing that they're expert at.
But are you qualified in like climate science?
I've read more of the IPCC report than most of the people here.
Yeah,
That's
but
the fucking
there's
thing.
one thing reading
That's
about it,
right.
and then there's another thing understanding it,
Right.
and putting all the
All right.
information together,
All right.
and
But there's
working out
nothing.
what to
Listen,
do
there's
with
no
that
information. There's no information on there. All the figures, everything comes from the previous report, which they've what it was, the estimations. They put the data into that they've come up with, what they think, and they've made models, yeah, simulations. That's what their figures come from, simulations.
Do you accept that the levels of CO2 and equivalent are the highest that they've ever been for the past like 200 years and more? Do you accept that fact?
Do I accept that there's more CO2 in the air? Nah.
Yeah.
More than likely.
And do you accept the fact that the CO2 and the equivalent greenhouse gases, do you accept that CO2 is a greenhouse gas?
I understand that CO2 is used in the process of, what's it called? What is it with the green, the photosynthesis and the plants and all that?
Sure.
Right, I understand that we need CO2 to survive.
But when we're also destroying forests, especially in like the Amazon rainforest,
Who's doing that?
loggers.
What
like
the fuck has that got to do with me and my bit of global warming?
I mean, no one's asking you to do anything.
No.
We need to change the system to make it so that.
So it comes down to Marxism.
No.
It comes down to a revolution.
It comes
down to expropriating people's wealth and stuff that they've gained and doing what you see fit with it.
So do you not think that there's enough money held by billionaires that would be able to solve this problem? Not you. Don't want to touch your money, but like billionaires.
Geezer don't get it. I ain't got no fucking money for them to take.
Well, we're not asking you to
Right, listen.
give any
Yeah,
money.
no, but you're saying don't worry about me. I'm not worried about me. I'm not. This don't get no worse for me, for where people like me started. This don't get no worse. We've always been at the shit end of it. It only gets worse for yous lot.
But so I was just listening to that lady there do a speech, and it won't be us that are affected the most. It'll be people in Africa, and it'll be.
So it comes down to equity, and it comes down to
No, but-
geographical location and where God placed you on this earth.
But it's because of us.
It's
enriching-
because of
Hold on.
self-loathing. It's because of white hatred that we are taking on the guilt, and
It's
because
not
of
guilt.
What do you mean? You're trying to tell me it's got fuck all to do with me. It's China anyway. I've just had the expert tell me. Yeah, it's China.
China are doing a lot more than us in creating renewable energies, so they are heading in that right direction. And we have historically,
Dogecoin.
we,
It's a Doge.
I believe that we historically have done more in the past 200 years than China have done in the past decades. That they've started their like industrial kind of revolution, their modernization.
What are you?
So it's not just about guilt. It's about the effects of when sea levels rise and all the coastal.
They've been promising that
all-
for 50 fucking years, Lister.
but they are rising.
They was promising that Essex and London was going to be underwater by the year 2000 when I was a fucking baby, mate.
No, I don't think that was.
Yeah,
true.
no, they did.
There might have been one scientist who. How old are you?
I'm 32.
So you were born in like 88.
No, 90.
90, and so a scientist.
Your maths is shocking.
A scientist was saying that that Essex was going to be underwater by the year 2000.
Or 2002, something like that. It was
I mean,
in the noughties,
I don't
mate.
think there would be many credible scientists who are making that.
None of them are
assertion.
fucking. Listen. Oh, mate.
Honestly, I speak to these scientists. They'll have some better expertise and knowledge than I have.
But you don't
and
call that communism, leaving it down to the experts, Marxism. You don't call that Marxism, leaving it down to
No.
the authority is the only one that may
It's got
have.
nothing to do with
Yeah, because you told me it's Marxism. You told
never
me,
said that.
yeah,
What are
about
you
the
scared?
experts. I'm not scared. I try and have it with them. They don't want it with me.
No, about like you always bring things back to like Marxism.
Because you're fucking. You lot don't seem to get it. You're all going on about this stuff, and it's Marxism is what you're calling for, mate.
No.
Yeah.
What
'Cause
I
you-
want is a mixed economy that is
Mixed
run
economy?
that is run
Sure,
by
it ain't
the people.
stakeholder capitalism.
So hold on. There's a safety net for all the vulnerable people and the people who can't work or the people that don't have that opportunity
What's
to
your
work.
take on geoengineering?
And then,
Cloud seeding?
and then hold on. And then those people who. And then once everybody's looked after, then everyone else can just play their game at the rat race.
Right.
That's what I want. So that doesn't sound like communism to me.
What do you think about geoengineering and fucking cloud seeding?
I don't know much about
You
that.
don't know much about it.
I've seen that clip of Jeremy Clarkson with a big machine creating clouds.
Making clouds.
But clouds are.
What about the aeroplanes going over with the chemtrails behind them all
what-
day, every day? Look, everyone can see. Chemtrails fucking everywhere.
H2O vapor is
Right.
another greenhouse
There's
gas.
a difference between a contrail and a chemtrail, though. This is what you got to understand.
I mean, I don't know much about that. I think.
Well, why do you not know much about that? Because you're worried about being labels, or why?
Because-
Why is it not? What, as a man who does,
Because-
I thought you was an investigator, right?
I investigate fascists.
You're a fucking idiot, mate. Honestly.
Why is that? Why
Because
am I an
you're
idiot?
misconstrued. You don't.
I should be worried
You don't
about the
investigate
fucking
fascists.
chemtrails
You're some sort of delusional schizophrenic, and you think people are these things. So you make a couple of videos
No,
about
but
them.
the fascists that I'm more concerned about is the corporate fascists. And
That's
how
why
they-
you're up Speaker's Corner filming them bunch of fucking mad
I
cunts.
very rarely get my camera out at Speaker's
Bruv, if
Corner.
you go on your channel now and have a look, it's all people from up here. There's no corporate entities in your videos.
I mean, okay, if you watch my video, Fascists Beware the Neo-Reactionaries.
I'm not
'Cause
even.
there, I'm
Listen,
talking
they're
about
probably getting
billionaires.
bored anyway. They're probably
And
getting
how-
bored, so
and
I'm
how
going to
they-
fuck off
and how
this
they
stuff.
use.
So
and
I
how
need
they
to
use-
join
No, no,
people
because
like
this is
you.
important. Because this is what I expertise in. Like,
You expertise?
No, this is my
Oh, fuck me, he has got some. Go on then. Let's see
So, the NRX, for instance,
Right.
are the people who.
He don't believe in fucking chemtrails, but he's got the new fucking reactionary workforce. What are they called?
The NRX, Neo-Reactionaries.
Neo-reactionary workforce.
So basically, it's a
Basically, that's Ralph. If you don't know him, Ralph's a neo-Nazi and a fascist.
Have you met Ralph?
I know Ralph. I know him well.
Have you met him though?
Yeah, I've met him.
When did you meet him?
I've had him round my house, mate.
Have you?
Yeah.
When was that?
What do you mean, when was that? I don't know.
Because he's in Berlin now.
Yeah, he was in Berlin when
So
he
that was
come
a long-
round.
so that was
He
a
was in
long-
Berlin when he come round. I had him on a,
I think
live
I think
stream.
you
I had him
put-
on a live
Oh,
stream.
you've had him on a live
Yeah,
stream.
he come under a pseudonym.
So this is the thing. Ralph is there as a cuck to these billionaire elites, and he's making sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to be doing. So what conversation did you have with him on your live stream?
I don't know. He's probably just trying to egg me up and G me up to do something mental.
Yeah. Is that what he did? I don't
Probably,
know.
because I am that way inclined, mate. I'm autistic, you know. I just let him fucking run havoc with my brain. Anyway, I've got to go and sit down and find a drink and that. Lister,
You can check me out on Fascist Beware
Go on,
YouTube.
go on.
Or, they can check my Twitter out, Mark.
your
Lister
conk looks
3K.
fucking massive.
That's Mark.
Sweet, Lister.